Happy Sunday, everybody, and welcome to Subpar Sunday. I'm the Hophead Connisaur, along with my co-star Coney here, to talk about another crappy domestic beer. Now, I know I used the word crappy, but, this is just my opinion on this stuff, because we're talking about domestic beers, and I'm a craft beer guy, so you've got a craft beer talking about domestic beers. Well, back in the day, before I found craft beers, I was drinking these crappy domestic beers. But today, I'm going to be talking about a beer I have not seen on the shelf, never even heard of it. And yeah, we're going to be talking about Bud Light Crisp. Okay, we'll talk about that here in a moment. So, Tony, don't get too close to it. Okay, might want to drink it all. But, this is been a thing where we talk about my take on craft beers over domestic beers just because of, flavor profiles. That's the biggest thing I think I like about craft beers is the various styles. Now, I'm not every style fan. I do more IPAs, pale ales, sours, and stouts. Not big into your pilsners and lagers and your hefeweizens. So not a big fan of those. And that's what this is. This is a lager. And, I've got a buddy of mine who's seen some of my beer reviews, and I just said, man, it's a lager. So today, let's talk about what this beer is. Bud Light Crisp. All right, so if you've been following the series, let's talk about the episodes we've done so far. We started off with Miller High Life, the champagne of beers. Then we went to Bud Light Platinum. Then we went to Bud Light. Then we went to Ice House in that big, tall 24-ounce can, which I did not wind up finishing and drinking. I just drank what I did for the show, and that was it. Then we went to Mich Ultra Pure Gold, 100% organic. There's only two things that are in that thing that's organic, and the rest is whatever. I mean, I don't see how you can claim it's 100% organic, but I guess if you have something in there that's organic, then it's 100% organic. And it was 100% garbage. Then we did Coors Banquet, which has been the most watched video so far. I had my little antics in there with getting into the Cobra Kai spirit there because, that was Johnny Lawrence's beer of choice through the whole 3 seasons there. And then last week we did Budweiser, the king of beers, and as I like to say, the king of headaches. And, one of the comments on the video was, it was those Clydesdales kicking your head in around. Yeah, you drink too many of those and you're probably going to be feeling it the next day. And that's the thing I like with these not craft beers, these domestic beers. Very low ABV, very low. Most of them are anywhere from like 4 to 5%. This one here checks in at 4.1%. Easy drinking. You could drink quite a few of these, a 12 pack, a case, 6-pack, whatever you, desire to chew or, desire to drink. But, makes easy drinking. Unlike some of my beers, I'm a big fan of Dogfish Head, and I just kind of bring that one up because that was one of those. It's been a staple beer for me for a while. 90 minutes always been one of my favorites. Well, 90 minute means it is a 9% beer and it has 90 IBUs. So when you think about IBUs, that gives bitterness. Not too much bitterness in these domestic beers, but the ABV is a lot higher. 9%, yeah. You drink about 12 of those and you might black out, you might vomit. I don't know. I wouldn't try it, but if you drink 12 of these, you might feel a little tipsy and stuff like that over time. My thing is when I'm drinking my beers, I like to drink water. Okay, it kind of gives a balance. You don't get dehydrated. And that's the thing with these beers. People don't drink water when they're drinking this. I mean, this is really nothing but flavored water anyway, but that's just the way this is. People don't think about that. They just crack open a can. They think they're hydrating themselves. And you wish you were, but there are some added ingredients in there that, just kind of dehydrate the body. So with me drinking my craft beers, I'm always drinking water, maybe 1 for 1 or whatever it is I'm deciding to do. But that gives me a little bit more to sustain myself so I can drink a little bit longer and, drink a little bit more. But again, I wouldn't drink 12, 90 minutes, maybe 4 or 5, but that'd be about it. But anyway, here we are talking about Bud Light Crisp. They call it a pale lager or a light lager. And it's a crisp because they dry hop it to give it more of a crisp flavor. Okay, so that's the thing. I've never seen this before. Had a friend of mine give me 2 of them. We had some technical difficulties with the earlier video, had no sound. So now here I am having to stomach another one of these. Yeah, I'm learning. You have to have 2 cans just in case something happens with your first video. You got a backup. Unlike last week where I had a beer that I brought back from the Midwest I was going to do for my Subpar Sunday. And I only had 1 can, and my laptop started acting up and everything. So I was like, oh my gosh. So that's why I just switch over to Budweiser. But anyway, Bud Light Crisp, never heard of it. You know, Bud Light's out there, Bud Light Platinum. I think there's a Bud Light Lime now, something to give you flavor to help you, I guess, drink the beer. I don't know. One thing I love about my craft beer is I know what kind of the flavor profile is going to be because of the hops. And if not, then you let your palate decide, oh, that's got a juicy flavor. It's got a pineapple flavor. It's got a mango flavor. It's got an orange juice flavor or whatever it is. That's the thing about craft beers is that you can actually determine like the flavor for those beers. For this, I don't know what the flavor is going to be. But let's get to it. This is Bud Light Crisp, 4.1%, 94 carbs, and 2.9 grams of sugar. So, yeah, let's see how this goes. All right. No, I've already stomached one of these earlier. So, yes, I will stomach another one. All right, so let's see how this goes. Let's see our color here. All right. So, yeah, there we go. All right, so there's our Bud Light Crisps. There's our flavor. I'm an old guy, so, maybe putting this up to a book, man, it might help me out. It might magnify the words for me so I can see better. You can tell there's some carbonation in this one, not as much as we've seen in the past. I think in one of the videos and one of the comments, when I poured the beer, it looked like boiling piss water was the comment. I was like, yeah, I kind of agree with that. But yeah, here we go. So let's just, I always do this with my craft beers. Don't necessarily have to do it with your domestic beers, but kind of like to give it a smell. Oh my gosh. Smell like dirty butt. But here we go. Round 2 of Bud Light Crisp from Anheuser-Busch. Nothing. Again, it's just, I try to reach for words to try to how to describe the flavor, but it's sweet. I guess if you like a sweet domestic beer, here you go. Most of the beers I've checked in so far or I've reviewed so far have been sweet for our domestics. So again, not much carbonation in this one. As I always do for the show, as a tradition, is to drink it all the way down. God, I've already stomached one of these. Now I got to stomach another one. Here we go. Same in the first video. My beer drinking skills today are not on point. Oh, gosh. It just tastes kind of wheaty. I guess that's a flavor I can describe. Wheaty flavored sugar water. Oh, yes. Stomaching this again. Gosh, I had this happen in the first video too, by the way. Just so that you know. Had to take multiple tries at this. Last week I got to it pretty easy. There it is. Carbonation. And there you have it. Bud Light Crisp. There's nothing crisp about that. Maybe it's like Bud Light crap. Anyway, thank you for joining me on Subpar Sunday. If you haven't subscribed, you're just kind of watching my videos, subscribe at the bottom there. Give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. Leave a comment. Tell me about something you want to see in a future Subpar Sunday video. You know, we've got plenty of beers to choose from here because there's a lot of crappy domestic beers out there. So as I always say, get out there, support your local craft breweries, drink craft beer and not crappy domestic beer. And we'll see you next Sunday on Subpar Sunday.